Good evening and welcome to Brentwood, Tennessee, campus of Brentwood Academy, playing host to the Father Ryan Irish football team. Good evening, everybody. Lou Pickney and Austin Wright with you here on the call. You see the teams with the respective captains at midfield to do the coin toss to decide who will be getting this opening kickoff. Father Ryan wins the toss, and per the usual, the Irish will opt to wait to the second half to receive the ball, so Brentwood Academy will have the ball starting this game off here, Austin. So this is an Irish team coming off a big win last Friday night at Spring Hill. So up against BA, a team Father Ryan has not beaten here at Brentwood Academy since 2009.
That's correct. Hopefully the Spring Hill game will bring a little momentum to the Irish, and they'll find a good way to win off of that, build a winning streak.
Now, that Spring Hill game was tight in the first half, had 5 different lead changes in the second quarter, and it was a surprise onside kick for the Irish that really seemed to turn things momentum-wise. Taking on a BA team here that has had some trouble against the run the last 2 weeks, giving up in excess of 320 yards. Now, granted, it was against Innsworth, which has several excellent runners, and then last Friday night against MBA with Ty Chandler, the best high school running back I've ever seen in person. I listened to the BA guys doing game prep for this, and they said the same thing. You know, he had surpassed Corn Elder. So we're counting down to about 2 minutes to go.
Arguably so.
Oh, go right ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's right, and rightfully so.
Yeah,
amazing skill.
A tremendous player, but that's not necessarily an indictment on this BA team's defense. They've got a stout defense, to be sure. We'll have the national anthem here. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Brentwood Academy to Broadway and now back home, Jenna Claire Mason Hoffman.
So a beautiful rendition of the national anthem. As both Father Ryan to your right and Brentwood Academy to your left will be prepared to take the field here momentarily. And we'll get things kicked off here in just a few minutes. Game time kickoff slated for 7:30. Departure from what some sources had said would be a 7 p.m. start. Almost feels like one of those Chattanooga games starting at the bottom of the hour, but whatever the case, we'll have kickoff here in just a moment when both teams take the field. I see some kids running out there. That's not BA's football team, to be sure. So Father Ryan wearing the all-white, which you'll see here momentarily. Brentwood Academy, the red helmets, red jerseys, gray pants. And a game that is the regular season home finale for BA. Only playing 9 games this season. The way their schedule worked out a little different. But this is the last of their 5 home games.
That's correct, Lou. Odd schedule this year for them, for sure.
Definitely unusual. It's a challenge trying to find opponents, as I understand it. You know, BA being such a powerhouse, it's difficult to find would-be opponents. Their 3 non-Division II AA games were against teams from outside the state. Between Olive Branch and Mississippi, the powerful Louisville Trinity program, which had responsible for one of the 2 losses BA has had this season, and then They play the A1 Academy out of Dallas. As far as the ramifications as BA takes the field, Father Ryan comes into this game with a 4-3 record, but unfortunately for the Irish, all 3 losses have been in Division II AA play, and that is how they determine the playoff seeding. Now, the Irish will for sure be in the playoffs. Everybody makes the playoffs in Division II AA. No idea what's going to happen next year when they go 3 divisions, but we'll worry about that at another time. So Brentwood Academy 5-2 with a 3-1 record in Division II AA play. For Father Ryan, if they can make it to 5th out of the 7 teams in the Middle/East division, they'll be able to host a playoff game. But they're not worried about that.
What an asset that would be to the Irish.
Definitely it would be a plus. Prefer that over another trip to Chattanooga. We'll be down there in 2 weeks for the Baylor game. Of course, Father Ryan's regular season home finale is 1 week from tonight against Ensworth over at Giacosa Stadium. We'll make a few reminders during this broadcast. Big event tomorrow at Father Ryan, the 7th annual Relay for Life, big fundraiser for the American Cancer Society. It'll be going on from noon until midnight tomorrow at Giacosa Stadium. It's a big deal. A lot of effort goes into it for a very good cause. Any of you have ever had family members touched by cancer? Unfortunately, a lot of you have. I've seen it firsthand, and it's a horrible thing. And I'm happy that there's an effort being made to help the American Cancer Society.
Yes.
So prepare for kickoff. Anthony Hagee will be kicking it from the 40-yard line. It's going to be interesting to see how far they go with this kick. Will they try and kick deep to avoid the risk of a long kickoff return? Last week against Spring Hill, they went for the pooch kick several times. Pretty good crowd already here for this Division II AA game. And Hagee makes the approach. And we're underway, and it is a pooch kick. He received at the 30-yard line, brought to midfield, taken down about the 40. So Brentwood Academy with decent field position to start. Jack Victory, we'll be saying his name a lot, I predict, tonight, for his passing defense and rushing defense for that matter. He was on the return, stopped there at their own 40. So here comes the offense for the Eagles. Jeremiah Oatsfall, all-everything quarterback. 6'1" senior, work out of the shotgun on 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff, be a throw to the far side, complete. Be close to a first down, brought down about the 49-yard line of BA. So Segree on the catch, and they're going to mark that right at the 50. And that's just enough for a first down. So 1 throw, 1 first down, and BA now has the ball right at the 50, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Oatsfall looking to his right. They come out throwing. It's bobbled, caught for a 3rd bobble. In trouble tackling him. Finally brought down around the 34-yard line. And so Cam Johnson on the reception. A couple Irish defenders there. Interesting, this is a very different approach than BA took last week against MBA, where they had a steady diet of the run game. I'm sure we'll see plenty of that as well, but they're coming out throwing. Again from the shotgun, Oatsfall with Pleasant to his right, the running back. And we have a whistle. The whistle being blown, the flag thrown before the play, that typically will go against the offense. And you can see BA's players starting to walk backward. That was a major problem for them against MBA. Penalties. This is a team that's been heavily penalized. It's a sideline warning, so never mind that factoid. It's a sideline warning against the Irish. That's just a warning, no yardage taken away, but if it happens again, it's a penalty. So Father Ryan will have to be cognizant of that for the duration of this game. 11-19 and counting to go, first quarter, no score. Father Ryan won the toss, opted to wait to the second half to receive, and so BA took the opening kickoff and now has it at the 34-yard line. Play fake. Oatsfall throws deep. A flag is thrown, and this may be a pass interference call against Elton Quimby intended for Thomas Osborne. You could argue that ball was uncatchable, but
seems as though the refs had a different view of it. They're discussing the ruling as we speak.
But now Brentwood Academy's walking backward. And now they're going to walk forward, so I don't know what that was all about. It is a pass interference call against Father Ryan. So they'll move the chains. Eagles on the move here on this opening drive. No score, 11:01 to go, first quarter.
costly mistake there by Elton Quimby.
Although
Hopefully
between
we can
that,
see a little bit of improvement here by him when he's covering the receiver closest to our side.
question now is, will BA continue to throw the ball? It's an unexpected start compared to what they've done the last few weeks, but that's part of the chess game that is high school football. So here on 1st and 10, finally a handoff to Pleasant. He's Maurice Jones-Drew, like very tough to bring down at the first tackle, and you see why. Finally a pair of Irish defenders bring him down around the 14-yard line. And so officially we'll say John Hayes on the tackle for the Irish. After what looks like a 7 or maybe an 8-yard gain, setting up a 2nd and 3. 10:39 to go first quarter. No score here in Brentwood. So again from the gun. Fakes to Pleasant. Throws to the near side. Incomplete. Cam Johnson, the intended receiver. A little bit too much of a hot shot for him to be able to bring in. And that will set up the first 3rd down of this drive for Brentwood Academy.
Good coverage by the Irish, bringing up a 3rd down. Will be interesting to see what they bring now with a 3rd and 10 or more.
So on what actually is a 3rd and 3. It'll be Oates' ball on a keeper, design keeper to the near side. He's tripped up, manages to escape a tackle. He's got the 1st down and more, and he's going to give the Eagles a 1st and goal situation near the 3-yard line.
Excuse me, now it's 3rd and goal. I mean, now it's 1st and goal. Excuse me, that's what I meant.
So on 3rd down, Oates' ball, who NBA 1 week ago did their best to contain him by spying him on seemingly every play, Ensworth to a degree as well, a couple of weeks back. But even when you spy him, he is tough to bring down. So 1st and goal now, 10:13 and counting to go first quarter, no score. With the ball on the 3-yard line and 18 seconds on the play clock, so plenty of time for Oates' ball to look to the sidelines for instruction. He'll go back to the shotgun, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Pleasant, the running back to his left. They're going to hand it off to Pleasant. He finds a hole and drives into the end zone for a touchdown, Brentwood Academy. So Mario Pleasant striking first blood here. And now the unusual setup for a potential 2-point conversion depending on how Father Ryan defensively shows. Sometimes you'll see this in the team, as they will now, will move into a traditional extra point set. Shades of what Oregon did during the Chip Kelly era, and to a degree has worked its way down to the high school level.
That's correct. Also brings us back to what some of the Irish plays have brought up on extra points.
Oh yeah, Father Ryan's not shy about that. So with 1 on the play clock, they need to get the snap off. They did just in time. The extra point is up, and it is good. Toby Wilson has a very strong leg. So 9:56 to go first quarter. Your score, Brentwood Academy 7, Father Ryan 0. We'll be right back. 9:56 to go first quarter. Your score is Brentwood Academy 7, Father Ryan 0. Father Ryan winning the opening toss, opting to defer. So Brentwood Academy got the opening kickoff and then drove it all the way down the field, using primarily a passing attack before going into the running game. And they're, as I mentioned before, that Maurice Jones-Drew type running back, Mario Pleasant, they have very tough to bring down. So now Father Ryan will try and answer.
That's correct. That last drive, a tough pill to swallow for the Irish, but now they have a chance to score back on Brentwood Academy here on offense.
Well, Father Ryan certainly saw its back and forth last week against Spring Hill, and so it's a pooch/onside kick. That's a live ball if BA gets on it. The player out of bounds recovered it. They're going to say he got it before he went out, and they did. So the onside kick works for BA.
Wow.
Now, had an Eagles player been out of bounds and touched the ball before there was possession, they would have counted as an out of bounds. But unfortunately for the Irish, BA jumped on it inbounds, and that's going to give Brentwood Academy the ball at the Father Ryan 42. Not the start the Irish wanted at all.
Not at all. A bad, unexpected start for the Irish, too.
And it looks like BA is going to try and strike quickly here with 4 wide receivers, 2 on either side. From the gun, Oates Fall's going to hand it off. He gets stuffed, though. Pleasant duo of Irish defenders in there, including Jackson Bird. See him more at running back, but getting some use out of him on the defensive side of the ball as well. It's like no gain on the play. Maybe a 1-yard loss. Indeed, it is a 1-yard loss. So 9:35 to go first quarter. Brentwood Academy 7, Father Ryan 0. 2nd and 11 for Oatsville. He's from the gun. Father Ryan brings some pressure. They're setting up the screen pass. It's complete. Finally tripped up at the 32-yard line, close to a first down. Jack McDonald on the reception. So Jack Boutte on the stop managed to trip him up, but he didn't lose his balance finally until about 5 yards down the field. So with the ball spotted at the 31-yard line, it's 1st and 10 Eagles. BA up 7-0, 9:12 to go first quarter. Again from the gun. It's a quick pass from Oatsville, incomplete. And there was some miscommunication there. Mike Archie, I've seen him on tape do some very dangerous things, but not on the same wavelength there at all with Oatsville. Wasn't looking for the pass. Oatsville with a quick throw. That fell incomplete, setting up 2nd and 10. So from the 31-yard line of the Irish, BA with the ball on 2nd and 10. Oatsville looks like a design keeper. Gets blown up in the backfield by Jackson Bird and thrown to the turf. What a play there by the Irish defense. Jackson Bird breaking through.
Great read by Jackson Bird.
So that was the type of defensive stop the Irish needed there on 2nd down, setting up a 3rd and long situation. The ball spotted at the Irish 41-yard line. Brentwood Academy leading 7-0, 8 minutes, 45 seconds and counting to go here in the first quarter. So wholesale change here personnel-wise for the Eagles. And they've got some depth, especially at wide receiver. Got a whole page of notes on different guys from things that I saw. With Oatsville at quarterback, such an accurate passer, you've got to get the pressure on like the Irish did on that last play. So here we go on 3rd and, looks like 3rd and 20. Oatsville pressured flush. He's going to run with it to the 35. Finally tripped up around the 30-yard line, well short of the first down. There'll be a gain of about 10 yards. This could be a potential field goal opportunity here for BA if they want to try a long one. It'll be about a 47-yarder. And indeed, it looks like they will bring out their special teams unit. Toby Wilson, who noticed a few moments ago, drilled that extra point. He's got a leg. He's got the capacity to hit one from this distance. And so with 10 seconds on the play clock, go for what will be a 47-yard attempt. Snap is good. Kick partially blocked. So a deflection. The field goal is no good. And that would give the Irish the ball. Finally on offense a chance after BA scored and then recovered an onside kick. So good job of that Irish defense to shut that down.
And with that block, there's some life on the sidelines. Excitement going on down there. Coaches are fired up for the Irish to stop. And now the offense is going to be on the field.
Father Ryan Band, you might have heard him there moments ago. We're on the other side from where the stands in the press box are located, but Father Ryan's band out there making some noise, celebrating for the Irish. So it'll be the first offensive play of this game for Father Ryan, down 7-0 to Brentwood Academy. 7 minutes, 31 seconds to go here in the first quarter. So Father Ryan's first play will be from the shotgun. 2 receivers to the near side. Man in motion, the ball seems to hit Mitchell Bray, and Bray fell on it. One of those timing plays to send a guy in motion. And I don't know if it was intended to be a direct snap to him, or supposed to go to the quarterback or what, but whatever the case, fortunate for the Irish. Mitchell Bray, Johnny on the spot to jump on the ball. Be about a 1-yard loss, I think, 2nd and 11. So from their own 18-yard line, 2nd and 11 for Father Ryan. 2 receivers to the far side. Shoop's going to roll that way. He's going to look. He could run with it. He will run with it to the 25 out of bounds, maybe the 26-yard line. He'll be about 4 yards short of where he needed to reach, the 30-yard line. So that's going to set up, well, it's going to depend on the spot, I suppose, on how far it's going to be. It looks like 3rd and 6. May have given him too much credit. Thought he got out at the 30, or I should say the 26. He got out at the 24-yard line. So 3rd and 6, Father Ryan. 6 minutes, 54 seconds to go first quarter. Brentwood Academy leads 7-0.
And now the Irish have an interesting decision here to make, whether or not they should pass or run the ball in a 3rd down and 6.
They've got trips receivers to the near side, one to the far. Shoop looking, throws over the middle, and it falls incomplete. Unclear which receiver he was going for there. Crossing routes can be effective in that situation, but I don't know if he was trying to get Aaron Isabel, number 16, or Sage Warren, number 13. Either way, it's an incomplete pass and a punting situation now for Father Ryan. So back to punt, Anthony Hagee from his own 9. High snap, it goes through Hagee's hands. He's going to jump on it, try and force something to happen. The ball's rolling around to the end zone. It rolls out of the back of the end zone. That's going to be a safety. And as bad as that is, it could have been worse. It could have been a touchdown.
It looks like they have ruled it as a touchdown.
It sure looked from this vantage point like the ball hit out of bounds before he picked it up, but I'm a lot further away than that referee is.
That's correct.
So a catastrophic turn of events there for Father Ryan with the high snap going through Hagee's hands. Him trying to make something happen with the punt and the blocked, rolling around to the end zone. And so now we're going to be looking at a extra point situation here if they fake the 2-point conversion. So here's Toby Wilson on to attempt the extra point. Snap is good, kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter, your score, Brentwood Academy 14, Father Ryan 0. We'll be right back. I started hearing myself on a delay in my ear, my own voice. I've never had that happen before here. It could be something else that was, okay, maybe so. It wasn't, okay.
Man, what an unbelievable turn of events.
Yeah, I turned it up before because I couldn't quite hear, but I think we'll see how that goes. Yeah, we'll be okay. Oh, okay, maybe yeah. That probably is actually. Ready whenever you are. Do we want to go ahead? We're back.
So, unbelievable turn of events here for the Irish. Down 14-0 to BA here with 6 minutes and 40 seconds left. They're going to be receiving the ball. So after an interesting, fumbled punt.
Well, it was a high snap. Hagee did his best to bring it in, and then the ball bounced around the 2-yard line. He tried to get a rugby-style punt off that was blocked. If the ball would have bounced out of the back of the end zone, which it looked like it did, but clearly the refs were closer and saw that it didn't, it would have been only 2 points for BA. Instead, it's a full touchdown. And with the extra point, that makes it 14-0, but still plenty of time to go. 6:40 on the clock here in the first quarter. Line drive kickoff. Be taken to the 20-yard line, to the 25 to the 30, the 35 to the 40. Finally brought down around the 43-yard line. Sage Warren with an excellent return to give the Irish its best field position on offense in this game.
And now, in terms of momentum for the Irish, hopefully that kickoff return will give them a little something to keep their minds off of what happened for the last drive. Because during the break, we did see that Coach Rector brought the team around to have a little discussion.
When something like that happens, you want to make sure everybody just take a deep breath. It's a long game.
Correct. So
1st and 10, 6:32 to go first quarter. Father Ryan down 14-0. Maybe a handoff to Jackson Bird. Bird trying to push forward, has 5 or 6 defenders in front of him, and his forward progress will be stopped about the 45-yard line. A gain of maybe 2 yards there on the play. Now it's interesting, Brentwood Academy saw Jack Pittman before the game. He was the defensive coordinator for Father Ryan when they won the state championship in 1997. Known him a long time. It's good to see him, but tonight he's on the other sideline, obviously. So his son Jeremiah is on this Brentwood Academy team as well. So here we go on 2nd and 8 for the Irish at their own 45. Shoop will roll to his right, under pressure, escapes one player. He's not going to get away from the second. So a sack by Brentwood Academy as Josh Smith makes the sack on Jay Shoop. And I go from 2nd and 8 to 3rd and long. They're going to spot it at the Father Ryan 36-yard line. To get a first down, the Irish have to get it not only past midfield, but all the way to the 47-yard line of the Eagles.
Tough situation here for the Irish.
Well, not a lot of plays you can call up on 3rd and 18. You can try for the screen pass, the draw. No need to panic. But with 5 wide receivers, they look to pass. BA shows blitz. They're going to bring some heat. Shoop's going to keep it himself, try and push up the middle. Finally be brought down for maybe a 3-yard gain. Got it to perhaps the 37-yard line. But it will still be well short of where he needed to get for a first down, and that will bring up a punting situation here for the Irish. Four minutes, 38 seconds to go, first quarter. Brentwood Academy leads Father Ryan 14-0. And Hagee gets the snap, and another block punt. My goodness, the ball is bouncing around. It's picked up, and now it goes out of bounds. Now, did it go out of bounds for a touchback or out at the 1-yard line?
They mark it down at the 2.
So at the 2, another bad turn of events for the Irish. Because if that would have gone out at the back of the end zone after he had touched it, that would have been a touchback and Irish ball, 1st and 10 at their own 20. Instead, that's going to be Brentwood Academy ball, 1st and goal at the 2, but there's a flag down on the play. So hold everything.
This quite possibly could be coming back for the Brentwood Academy.
Instead, it is a sideline warning against Brentwood Academy, so both sides have received 1 warning each. Doesn't do much for the Irish on that play. And another special teams meltdown for the Irish in this one. 2 attempted punts, 2 blocked punts. And Brentwood Academy already up 14-0. Has the ball very close to that Irish end zone. So 1st and goal, ball is spotted at the 2. Looks like the far side, one of the officials jogging over to get into the proper position. So they're going to snap it now. A handoff. Nice job by the Irish defense. Couple defenders right there. Marcos Harris, backup running back for BA, got the ball. So Father Ryan's defense steady on that one. They'll say a 1-yard loss. 2nd and goal now from the 3. Eagles are going to spread it out with 3 receivers to the far side. Oatsfall out of the gun. He's going to throw it over the middle. It's caught for a touchdown. Gavin Schoenwald, the talented tight end, with a touchdown reception for BA, and that puts the Eagles up 20-0 with an extra point pending.
And right now during the game, you just got to feel for the Irish here. This is just bad misfortune after misfortune.
This is a Brentwood Academy team that you can't afford to give very many gimmies to or freebies, to be sure. Needed something more along the lines of
by the score for sure.
I think of the NBA game where fundamentally it was so sound for 3.5 quarters. Different story tonight here in Brentwood. So Toby Wilson on to attempt the extra point. It's up. Goes into the woods behind the goalpost there. And it's good. So your score with 3:49 to go here in the first quarter. Brentwood Academy 21, Father Ryan 0. We'll be right back. Three minutes, 49 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And it's been all Brentwood Academy with the Eagles leading Father Ryan 21-0. Irish ready to return the kickoff from the Eagles and try and get something going on offense. But it's been all Brentwood Academy so far in this one. So Toby Wilson, the strong-legged kicker who hit the 3 extra points we've seen so far. Blast this one. It may reach the end zone, and in fact it will, so that's an automatic touchback. And they'll give the Irish the ball at their own 20, 1st and 10 to start this drive. I think in this situation here, Austin, you would want Father Ryan's offense to get some sort of a sustained drive, if for nothing else to give the defense a chance to catch its breath.
That's correct, and with that, definitely the run is the way to go for these kind of situations, to wear the BA defense down and to give our own defense a little rest.
Again, the reality of the situation is BA gave up a ton of rushing yards, both against NBA and against Innsworth. If you're going to get them, that might be the way you have to do it. So out of the gun, Jay Shoup on 1st and 10 from the 20. He's going to hand it off to Elton Quimby. Quimby to the far side, has that gap. He's going to break it to the 40, to midfield. Can they catch him? To the 40. Quimby turning on the jets to the 30, to the 20. Finally wrangled out of bounds. Tackled at the 14-yard line.
By number 27, Cam Johnson. Great run there by Elton. Wow, what a hole.
It was a tremendous job of the offensive line to open up a hole.
Yes.
And Quimby didn't need much time to burst through it. So Father Ryan with by far its biggest play of the game. Huge gain. And just as we mentioned with the difficulty the Eagles had stopping the rush the past 2 games, Irish able to take advantage there. 1st and 10, ball at the 13-yard line. Hand off Jackson Bird up the middle. He'll get maybe a couple. We'll spot him maybe the 11-yard line. Setting up a 2nd and 8 for the Irish with 3:20 to go here in the first quarter. Reminder, next Friday night, the final home game of the regular season for the Irish as Innsworth comes to Giacosa Stadium. And then in 2 weeks at Baylor to close the regular season. So here we go, 2nd and 7, they'll say, with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter, and flags fly. This may be against the Irish. So a procedure call, false start against Father Ryan. Will turn 2nd and 7 into 2nd and 12 here with less than 3 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Second down, 12 Irish from the 15.
So on the near sidelines, Wyatt Rector and Aaron Isabel, the 2 wide receivers. A bunch formation around Shoup on 2nd and 12. It's going to be a handoff to Jackson Bird pushing forward. A couple of defenders able to bring him down after a rather minimal gain. Evan Bedeau, one of those players, just a sophomore. But he shows up on film, I'll let you know. He's a dangerous player, but they've got a lot of them on this defense. But it's a 2-yard gain for the Irish. We'll set up 3rd and 10 at the 13-yard line. They need to reach the 3-yard line to get a first down. Although obviously they'd love to punch it in for a touchdown, down 21-0.
That's correct.
That long run by Elton Quimby, putting the Irish into business here in the Eagles' red zone. So Shoup fakes the handoff, and he's going to get sacked. There's Jeremiah Pittman in there. And on that linebacker blitz, Coach Pittman's son able to rack one up for the Eagles. And that will set up a likely a field goal try here for the Irish as the Irish look to get on the board for the first time in this game.
And Anthony Hagee up here for the kick for a 34-yarder.
Good snap, good hold. Kick is on its way, and the kick is good. So the minute 31 seconds to go here in the first quarter, the Irish are finally on the board, but Brentwood Academy leads 21-3.
And after all the turmoil, the Irish are able to score on a field goal and a great run there by Elton Quimby to get them great field position.
I think from a momentum standpoint, it's important for a couple of reasons. First, you stop BA's momentum after the back-to-back punt blocks that end up turning into touchdowns, whether directly or a play or two later. Father Ryan offense gave the defense at least a bit of a chance to catch its breath, get some points on the board. And again, this is just the first quarter. Brentwood Academy, to be sure, the defending state champs, you don't want to be down 18 points to them, but if you must, the first quarters we'd prefer to have it, try and chip away at that lead. Remember, Father Ryan deferred on the coin toss, so he'll get the ball to start the second half, but now, of course, the onus is on the defense to get a stop up against this high-octane offense for Brentwood Academy. It is homecoming here for Brentwood Academy, which is in part why the game was delayed a half hour, starting at 7:30 Central Daylight Time. They introduced some of the senior players, or all the senior players. And so now here's Hagee with the kickoff. A line drive will bounce at the 15. Going to be scooped up by Daniel Taylor. Taylor looking for a hole. Finds one, pushes forward, gets to the 33-yard line before he's brought down. So with a minute 22 to go here in the first quarter, it's Brentwood Academy up 21-3. Looking at 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line. And they're going to start with a 4-receiver look. The peek around the pole to see that far receiver on the far side. Oatsfall working once again out of the shotgun. He's going to throw it quickly. Caught on the far side as I squat down to try and see it. Good job of the Father Ryan defense. Minimal gain, if any. And so Griffin Hodge on the reception for BA. It's like no gain. So 2nd and 10 as we approach the 1-minute mark of the first quarter. BA up 21-3 on the Irish. So again, they're going to spread things out. 2 receivers on either side. Oatsfall fakes the handoff to Pleasant. It's a screen to the receiver. Well timed to the double linebacker blitz, and he's breaking away to the 50, to the 40. Finally tackled, but not before we got a first down and then some. Lawrence Agree. And again, it's an ensemble cast for this BA team. They've got so many weapons on offense. Very difficult to contain. They're going to spot the ball at the Father Ryan 39-yard line. 1st and 10 BA, 41 seconds and counting to go first quarter. The Eagles up 21-3 on the Irish. Again, it's Oatsfall. They're throwing the ball like crazy, and it's working. Another completion to the far sideline. Finally a tackle made by Sage Warren and friends over there. So Agree with a catch. Not sure if it'll be 2nd down, so not quite enough for a first down. It'll be 2nd and very short, maybe a yard. 15, go ahead. So 15 seconds and counting. They have to hurry to get the play off if they want to. They may choose to let the clock run down with 8 seconds and counting, 18 on the play clock. They do not have to snap this ball, and it appears that they won't. And
as you were saying earlier, BA is finding the holes.
You continue.
Play
That's fine.
Yes, play clock expires. BA is finding the holes for the Irish defense. The Irish need to find a way to stop them here and tighten up the coverage.
Probably worth keeping it here for just a second as the teams talk things over. What we saw here in the first quarter. This was not what I expected from BA. I thought they would give a solid dose of Pleasant running the ball and Oatsfall running as well. And certainly have done a little bit of that, but it's been the passing attack. And that has been just so dangerous, along with the special teams play. A pair of blocked punts in the same quarter. And that definitely has shifted things in the favor of the Eagles.
Yes, definitely. Unbelievable turn of events for the Irish. A blocked punt, or a muffled punt, and other miscues that led to a 21-0 lead. And then they came back with a long run by Elton Quimby and a 34-yard field goal made by Anthony Hagee. And now the score is 21-3. So not too bad of a lead for the Irish to come back and get up to. But, again, it will be pretty difficult because BA does have a stout defense.
And to get back to the special teams play for a minute, it's worth noting for BA, they had 2 blocked punts against Innsworth, also one that was taken back for a touchdown, Cam Johnson, in that game. So this is something certainly Father Ryan knew would be a threat. BA is one of the best punt blocking units that I've seen this season, to be sure. And certainly so far they've been quite effective for the Eagles. So now Brentwood Academy is going to start the second quarter up 21-3, looking at 2nd and 1 from the Father Ryan 30-yard line. Oatsfall fakes the pass, goes deep, wide open receiver, caught for a touchdown. Griffin Hodge, nobody around him. The pump fake pulled in the corner, and that gave Hodge well more than enough room to get to the end zone. It makes it 27-3 Brentwood Academy with the extra point pending. So a tough start here for Father Ryan tonight in Brentwood.
And again for the Irish, open holes in the coverage just led to that open pass by Brentwood Academy for the touchdown.
But it was a play fake by Oatsfall. He pump faked, and that was just enough to get the secondary to bite. And the way this Father Ryan defense plays very aggressively when it's front 7.
It was well done by the BA.
There's a reason Oatsfall's going to be playing at Austin Peay. He's an excellent player. Extra point is up and good by Toby Wilson. So with 11:54 to go here in the second quarter, your score, Brentwood Academy 28, Father Ryan 3. We'll be right back. early into the second quarter here in Brentwood, and it's BA all over Father Ryan, 28-3. Lou Pickney and Austin Wright with you here on the call. Irish awaiting kickoff, try and get something going. Their last offensive possession, a long run by Elton Quimby, put the Irish into the red zone of the Eagles, and they end up connecting on an Anthony Hagee field goal for what thus far the only points on the board for the Irish. Here's the kickoff, another booming kick. I'll go well into the end zone. Touchback, they'll take it out to the 20-yard line. So for BA, it's either been the onside kick surprise, another thing that went wrong for the Irish, unfortunately, for Father Ryan fans, along with the 2 blocked punts. So the special teams, BA has had the advantage to this point, but still a lot of time to go, 11:54 on the clock here in the second quarter.
And now a big drive coming up here for the Irish. They need to respond here because BA has been running over, and they need a shift in momentum to help them here.
The offense hasn't had all that much time on the field when you think about it. The way the things have gone with the block punts, etc. So on 1st and 10, a handoff. The ball is loose. It's squirted free. Brentwood Academy has picked it up, and they're going to run in for a touchdown. Cam Johnson. My goodness. So it's Quimby on the carry. I lost him in a sea of people out there, players. And before his forward progress was stopped or he was brought down, somehow the ball came loose. And Cam Johnson on top of things, making it 34-3 BA with an extra point pending.
And when I say this, I would say that for most Irish fans, they're feeling what an unbelievable turn of events.
Not the start that was expected or hoped for, to be sure.
Yes, definitely a disappointing way to go down 35-3, or soon 34-3, soon to be determined.
We'll see if Toby Wilson hit his 5th extra point. Clean snap, kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 11:45 to go in the second quarter, Brentwood Academy leads Father Ryan 35-3. Every break has gone against Father Ryan. Unfortunately for the Irish, they now face a major hole to climb out of if they want to get back in this one. And this is not a Brentwood Academy team that gives up just a ton of points. They certainly put a lot up on the board, as they already have tonight. But this is a very disciplined Father Ryan team. I expect them to fight for the duration of this contest if
definitely
past
definitely
any indication.
Well coached by Coach Rector.
They put those 2-a-days in the summer, 95-degree weather, blistering hot. You do all that so you have the endurance on the physical side, showing the mental endurance as well to know that you can do it. But down by 32 points, there's not a lot you can do on just one play.
That's correct. Multiple sustained drives are going to be key here for the Irish.
So you have 2 touchdowns from Brentwood Academy on a punt block, the other a fumble taken back for a touchdown. Another punt block set up a very short touchdown. So and Father Ryan's defense, which allowed fewer points coming into this game than BA had on the season. It's a tough task here. Kickoff goes into the end zone for the automatic touchback. David Ward caught it, but once the ball breaks the plane to the end zone, it's an automatic touchback. So 1st and 10 Irish at their own 20, 11:45 to go second quarter. You know, it's an interesting matchup here with these teams. Jay Shoup, quarterback at Father Ryan. His dad's the defensive coordinator at Tennessee. And then over on the other side, sorry, I'm looking down at my notes here. Jackson Sermon, son of Mississippi State defensive coordinator Peter Sermon. They've got a game tonight at BYU. So on 1st and 10, it'll be a handoff. Seamus O'Connell, he'll be twisted down around the 20-yard line. So no gain on the play there, so they get a 2nd and 10 for the Irish. $11 minutes, 25 seconds and counting in the second quarter. Brentwood Academy up 35-3. So now on 2nd and 10. Shoot from the gun. He's going to roll to his left, has pressure, gets it off, it's intercepted. Picked off. Finally brought down around the 10-yard line. Carter Wilson, free safety, made the interception. So the nightmare game for the Irish continues to go against Father Ryan. Another turnover.
Tough play there for quarterback Jay Shoup.
I wasn't trying to shortchange Jackson Sermon there before. Talented inside linebacker. And Bruce Lucier, formerly Father Ryan's head coach, now an assistant coach, specifically coaches their inside linebackers here at BA.
And just one more note for the Irish offense. It seems as though that the running game is going to have to be critical here for them to find any way to get further down to the field and not have any more costly mistakes like that one.
So 1st and 10 now, Brentwood Academy. Already at my 32 points. Oatsvall throws complete near the goal line. Beacom and a couple of others in there on the stop. Double check on who made the reception. Indeed, it was Thomas Osborne. Osborne had a broken nose earlier this year. Had it, whatever they do to fix a broken nose. Finally came back for the NBA game last week and playing obviously then and then tonight. So on a 2nd and 3, or 2nd and goal from the 3. And not much of a gain there at all. So Marcos Harris unable to find much room. And again, they use Harris and also Pleasant, number 5. Pleasant's the one that's more like Maurice Jones-Drew. Remember him from his days with the Jacksonville Jaguars. So on 3rd and goal, or 3rd and, well, actually, I guess they can get a first down with a touchdown. Goes into the end zone. The flag is thrown. The pass fell incomplete, intended for Cam Johnson. A pair of Irish receivers were around him. We have pass interference called against the Irish.
And brings up an automatic first down for BA.
Unusual situation. The ball had been spotted at the 5-yard line. So now they're going to move it to the 2. As the pass interference call happened in the end zone. They're still showing 3rd down on the marker, so I don't have an answer as to what's going on there. It's a fake and a throw for a touchdown. That was Gavin Schoenwald, who had the reception earlier at tight end. A trick play.
That's correct.
And it was Michael Hunt, the junior, tight end to tight end on the throw and the catch. And with an extra point, Brentwood Academy is going to go up 42-3 with 9:53 to go in the 2nd quarter.
Everything working here for BA, even trickery.
That extra point is up and good.
The Irish are in a deep hole right now.
So a 39-point deficit for Father Ryan early in the 2nd quarter. And think about how good Father Ryan has been at halftime adjustments this season. Sometimes they've been unable to dig themselves out of a hole, just the reality of what happens when you face a large deficit, but they haven't faced anything quite like this. 39 points down on the road against the defending state champs.
And one can only imagine what they may speak about here for halftime adjustments.
Well, there's still lessons to be learned, if nothing else. Certainly a test of character, mental toughness.
Very true.
And while 39 points is not insurmountable, that is a daunting task, even with as much time as there is remaining in the game. It was a 35-point or larger lead for BA after halftime. We'll go to a running clock situation. And so once again, very busy man Toby Wilson ready for the kickoff. Going to try once again, at least presumably, to get it to the back of the end zone unless they go for another onside. Doubt that'll happen. So that is the long kick. That will go into the end zone. Yeah, it's a touchback. Appreciate the effort there by David Ward trying to make something happen, but it's not allowed. So 1st and 10 Irish from their own 20. 9:53 to go here in the 2nd quarter, down 42-3. My goodness.
Just an utter disappointment on the plays that just no one ever would have thought could have happened, but they did.
Certainly the Irish knew about the blocked punts that BA had against Ensworth. And despite the best attempts to avoid that happening, had 2 punts blocked. One was a high snap that was a rugby-style attempt. But either way, disaster on special teams. So on 1st and 10, here's Elton Quimby. He's going to be swallowed up by a pair of defenders for BA. One of the guys lost his lid. It's Jackson Sermon. So he's got to come out for a play. That was a rule that came into effect more on the college pro level and has trickled down to the high school level now. Unless it's a penalty, if you lose your helmet on a play, you have to leave for a play or call timeout. So 2nd and 9 now, 9:20 to go here in the second quarter. It's a handoff. Jackson Bird twisting his way to the 25, maybe the 26-yard line. That's going to set up, looks like a 3rd and 3, maybe a 3rd and 4 for the Irish as we approach 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Brentwood Academy up 42-3. You got to think for Brentwood Academy, after giving up so many yards on the ground the past 2 weeks, they made that a point of emphasis. Thus far, they've been successful for the most part, save for that long run by Elton Quimby that set up the lone score for the Irish to this point. So on 3rd and 4, it's the Shoop, a designed QB keeper with receivers to the far side. He'll be close. The ball came loose, but the whistle had already blown. It was the last thing Father Ryan would have needed.
No ruling yet.
They've got the ball at the 31, between the 30 and the 31. They're going to say 4th down. 4th and very short. So here comes Jackson Bird into the game along with Nick Miller. 8 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Second quarter, Father Ryan down 42-3. So on 4th and short, unless this is an attempt to get BA to jump off sides, which it may be, now we get Shoop under center. He's going to keep it himself, pushing forward, spinning around. He should have the first down. Shoop brought down about the 33-yard line. Sometimes you'll see the Irish do that and attempt to get the opposing team to jump. When you're down 42-3, going for it in your own territory is not as unreasonable of an effort as you might think under normal circumstances. So here we go, 1st and 10 Irish at their own 33. 7:45 to go, second quarter, BA up 42-3. 3 receivers to the far side. There'll be a handoff to Bird. Bird looking for room, running parallel. He maybe got a yard.
And they rule it a loss of a yard there for the run.
So a rarity, Jackson Bird with a run for a loss. That doesn't happen very often for him. He's only pushing forward for an extra 2 or 3 yards.
Usually a very consistent runner.
In that case, he's trying to just stretch it out a bit, get outside the tackles. BA was ready for him, though. So it's trips to the near side. Shoot the shotgun on 2nd and 11. Under pressure, they may be setting up a screen. They are. It's complete, but it's snuffed out immediately. Good job by BA to recognize that one. Elton Quimby on the catch, but he got maybe a yard, if that. So it's going to be 3rd and, we're going to say 3rd and 11. No gain on that play. Irish have to get the ball to the, looks like it would be the 43-yard line they need to reach. 6 minutes, 34 seconds and counting here in the second quarter. Brentwood Academy leads 42-3. So now 3rd and 11 for the Irish. 2 receivers to either side. With Quimby in to the left of Shoop. Shoop is throwing.
It's intercepted.
And the ball's picked off right outside my line of sight. Back to the 10. It's going to go
for a pick six.
For an Eagles touchdown. Curtis Johnson. Or check the number 15. Kenyon Garlington. Garlington, probably their best cornerback, maybe their best defensive back. Unfortunately for me, where that ball was thrown was right in an obstructed spot, but certainly not obstructed view for BA, able to make the interception, return for a touchdown. So a 3rd touchdown, not by BA's offense, but one off of special teams, and now 2 pick sixes, or 1 pick six, I should say, and 1 fumble return for a touchdown.
And from my view, it seemed as though that Jay Shoop just didn't have enough air under the ball to get it past the defender, and so that's what led to the interception.
So now they'll go for the extra point. It is up, and it is good. So with 6 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the second quarter, your score is Brentwood Academy 49, Father Ryan 3. We'll take a break, be right back. 6:11 to go in the second quarter, and you're reading your screen correctly. If you're just joining us thinking maybe there's a mistake, there's no mistake.
No.
Brentwood Academy leads Father Ryan 49-3, and what has been a nightmare of a game thus far for the Irish. Father Ryan ready to get this kickoff. Try and make something happen on offense. Again, next week, Father Ryan finishes its home regular season schedule against Innsworth. And in 2 weeks, the regular season finale on the road down in Chattanooga against Baylor. So here with the kickoff, another booming blast from Wilson. Goes into the end zone for a touchback. So the Irish, once again, will start their offensive drive from their own 20-yard line. There's not a whole lot you can say when you're in this kind of a deficit. Think of the Lincoln County game in 1993 on the road. Probably the most hostile environment I've ever seen. They've got a little pit there. It's craziness. At least it was in 93 for a very good Lincoln County team. They're down, I think it was 30-0 at the half. There's only so much, what's Coach Fivesh going to say to us that's going to change things at that point? It's very difficult. Just try and keep your chin up, play as hard as you can for the duration of the game. So first and 10, Shoop with two receivers will hand it off to Jackson Bird. Bird pushing forward. He'll get maybe an extra yard or two, getting it to maybe the 23-yard line, 3-yard gain on the play. Sage Warren into the game will spell Wyatt Rector, who comes to the sidelines. 5:49 and counting, second quarter. Brentwood Academy leads Father Ryan 49-3.
And as the clock continues to tick, the Irish really need to find a way to get a first down just to have a little bit of momentum, just to bring them a little bit of hope also.
Flag on the play, maybe an illegal shift. They're going to call a false start. Irish had Mitchell Bray in motion to the near side. They don't indicate on the high school level whom a penalty is called on, so whatever the case, 5 yards the wrong way for the Irish. Now looking at a 2nd and 12 from their own 17-yard line. Maybe like 2nd and 13, depending on just how far they really have to go. So again, from the shotgun, BA brings 5, drops one back into coverage, Shoop rolling out, it's going to throw it incomplete. Intended receiver on the play, or at least the closest receiver, Mitchell Bray. That may well have been Shoop deciding to just throw that one away instead of trying to force something in there. So 5:04 to go here, second quarter. It is a 3rd and 13 situation for the Irish at their own 17-yard line. To get the first down, they have to get it to at least the 30-yard line.
Chiefs pass incomplete. 3rd down 12, Irish from the 17.
And although it is 5 minutes left in the second quarter, the luck of the Irish did not find its way to this game tonight, as you can tell.
Not at all. Rector,
very
Jay
tough
Linton,
situation.
Receivers on the near side, steps up a screen to the far side, to Bird to the 20. The screen pass, which has worked well for Father Ryan at times this season, has not been able to be effective at all here. BA has snuffed it out every time. We'll have maybe a minimal gain, or perhaps a 5-yard gain. That's still going to be well short of the first down. The ball spotted at the 22-yard line. And a 4th and 8 situation, 4:40 to go and counting first half. Father Ryan down 49-3. And so here's Anthony Hagee on the punt. Back for BA, number 36, Evan Badeau.
Hagee in punt formation. Deep for the Eagles, number 36, Evan Badeau.
Whistles blow.
There's a penalty flag on
It was not a delay of game. There was 8 seconds on the play clock. So we'll see what this is. A false start, procedure penalty against the Irish, so 5 yards further back the wrong way. So 4th and 13 from their own 17-yard line. Hagee looks like punting from about his own 2-yard line. So about everything that could go wrong has gone wrong for the Irish thus far. Gets that punt away. A little bit wobbly, will bounce at the 40, take a little bit of a BA bounce and be down at the 38-yard line. So Brentwood Academy already up by 46 points with 4:07 to go in the first half. We'll have very good field position.
That's correct. BA finding the way to own the Irish on the offense, defense, and special teams.
There's a flag down, a personal foul, face mask will go against Brentwood Academy. Unusual, but certainly on punting play, sometimes you'll see penalties called that you wouldn't expect. So, however you get a face mask on a punt that was downed, I don't know, but the Irish will certainly take it the way this game has been going for them. It's 49-3, Brentwood Academy on top, 4:07 to go, second quarter. See Anthony Wright, number 15, into the game. Defensively for the Irish, one of the freshmen. Irish expecting good things from on down the line and certainly hoping in the meantime as well. So whistles blow. It's a false start or a procedure penalty against Brentwood Academy. So that will send them back another 5 yards. So they'll have the ball at their own 42-yard line. First and 15 with 4:04 to go here in the first half. So with 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far, and a running back on his left hip. First and 15. Oatsfall is going to run for it. He's under pressure. Under pressure. He's going to be smacked. The ball comes loose, and a BA player picks it up. That's the way it's gone tonight. Mario Pleasant able to snag the ball after a great job by Nick Crumnauer to sack Oatsfall, jarring the ball loose. But every bounce seems to have gone BA's way tonight, and that one included. So a good play defensively by Crumnauer. Don't want to overlook that. Setting up a second and long.
It's ruled a second and 25.
Ball is spotted at the BA 31-yard line. 3 minutes, 52 seconds to go, first half. Father Ryan trailing Brentwood Academy 49-3. Oatsfall is going to keep it under pressure, throws high, incomplete. Good job defensively, Sage Warren there, making sure the intended receiver, Thomas Osborne, wasn't able to bring it in, although he would have had to really get a jump to catch that high fastball. So now 3rd and 25 for Brentwood Academy, leading 49-3. 3 minutes, 42 seconds to go, first half.
And now for the Irish, tight coverage is going to be key here because they have given up long plays on passing.
Although I got to tell you, at this point, Austin, with a 46-point lead, even though it's the first half, I expect a solid dose of the running game. But here we go with
That's
5
true.
wide receivers. You got to watch Oatsfall at all times. Irish bring pressure. Manages to get away from Mitchell Bray, running with the ball now. A trio of Irish defenders finally bring him down. Austin Crow in on the stop. So Oatsfall gains about maybe 9 yards on the play, well short of where he needed to reach. And this will set up a punting situation. Harrison Smith. He's strictly their punter, but much like their place kicker, he also has a very strong leg. He had, I think, a 60-yarder against Innsworth and several others of comparable length. High snap, nearly goes over his head. He gets it, somehow gets the punt away. End over and kick goes to the 35, take a BA bounce and go out of bounds at the 24-yard line of the Irish. You think about if you want to take this game encapsulated, the snap that went over Hagee's head on the punt ended up turning into a touchdown for BA. On that one, a high snap and a great job by Harrison Smith, the junior, getting up and getting the punt away and taking a BA bounce at that. So Irish will have the ball at their own 24-yard line. 2:51 to go, first half. And Brentwood Academy leading 49-3. So Shoop out of the gun. 5 receivers, 3 to the far side, 2 to the near. Putting the man in motion. It is a handoff, but it is blown up in the backfield. Big loss there. Sage Warren on the carry, but Jackson Sermon. A big stop. Trying to spot the ball at the Irish 15-yard line. So Father Ryan trying a variety of means to run the ball, get the ball outside the tackles, and BA has been up to the challenge and then some. You got to think, aside from that one long run by Quimby that set up the field goal for the Irish, just has been not much at all there on offense. BA's already got 49 points on the board. So here we go on 2nd and 19. It's going to be a handoff. Quimby to the near side. Finally wrangled to the ground about the 17-yard line, maybe a 2-yard gain on the play.
And for Quimby, his horizontal run does not prove to be very effective there on the second down. And now the Irish are facing a 3rd and 18.
Evan Bedeau on the stop. He's only a sophomore. So you can imagine we're going to see him out there the next couple of seasons as well for Brentwood Academy. Again, depending on what happens with the reclassification next year, as Division II goes to 3 different, I don't know the right word for that, 3 different sections or whatever. So a minute 26 and counting, and now they're going to blow a whistle. And it's going to be timeout Irish. So looking at 3rd and 18, and the ball at their own 16, maybe 17-yard line. Father Ryan's going to talk it over, down 49-3 here late in the first half. So a minute 25 to go in the first half. Father Ryan down 49-3, looking at 3rd and 18 from their own 16-yard line. And what has been just a disaster of a first half for the Irish. There's no way to sugarcoat it. So 5 wide receivers for Shoup, 3 to the far side. Sage Warren, the man in motion. He'll be the receiver on the play in the backfield. Gets to the 20, maybe the 21-yard line. I like the idea of moving in motion to the far side, trying to give him the ball outside the tackles, but once again, there's just not a hole there to run through. And the Irish, as we approach the 1-minute mark of the first half, will be punting down 49-3.
And Anthony Hagee in a similar situation to the last driver, he will be punting from his own 5 this time.
Definitely not a situation to be desired by any means.
Not ideal.
BA doesn't bring much pressure. A good punt by Hagee will bounce or actually be taken at the 48-yard line. A fair catch made by Evan Bedeau. So 44 seconds to go in the first half. Brentwood Academy leads 49-3. When the second half starts, we'll go to a running clock situation unless Father Ryan can cut the lead to 34 or less. Probably a good idea for the Irish at this point to anticipate either just a run or even potentially just taking a knee, depending on how BA wants to go with it. They're going to spread it out. And Gavin Schoenwald once again in at quarterback. Schoenwald normally plays tight end at the QB position. He's going to throw the ball complete to the far side and pushed out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Griffin Hodge on the catch. So BA getting some work out of its tight end Schoenwald from the quarterback position.
Self-proclaimed QB.
Well, not just self-proclaimed. The coaches put him in there.
That's
You
true.
don't just get to walk up to the huddle if you don't have permission to do so.
well, good point.
Let's call it like it is. So 49-3, BA leads 39 seconds to go, first half. Another throw, another completion by Schoenwald. Looks like Mike Archie with his first completion, or his first reception of the game. And it will be enough to move the chains for a first down. Brentwood Academy, 35 seconds to go. Since he went out of bounds, the clock will not run until the snap. So on 1st and 10, they're setting up a screen. It's caught at the 35-yard line to the 25 to the 20, running diagonally. Finally tackled Mike Archie. 2 plays, 2 receptions. And so with 23 seconds to go here in the first half, whistles blow, timeout Brentwood Academy. They're up by 46 points with 23 seconds to go in the first half, and they used a timeout.
And as many Irish fans and other fans have seen, Brentwood Academy has a very potent offense.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I mean, that's an offense that can score in a hurry, although it's been special teams and defense that has set the stage as much as anything in this game. Another reminder, Relay for Life, tomorrow, Giacosa Stadium, noon until midnight. This is a big thing. A lot of money is raised for the American Cancer Society. It's a cause close to my heart, something that I hope that if you have the opportunity, the means to support it, either in person, financially, however, it is greatly appreciated. It's going to be a big event tomorrow at Father Ryan's campus over at Giacosa Stadium starting at noon. So 49-3, Father Ryan trails, 23 seconds to go, first half, and after a timeout, Brentwood Academy, they're going to keep Gavin Schoenwald in at quarterback. First and 10 situation for the Eagles. Be a handoff, Mario Pleasant, and he gets eaten up quickly. 3 Irish defenders on the stop.
And with that play, it looks like BA will let the clock run.
Yeah, 10 seconds and counting.
Coaches.
You know, that's there's no reason to do anything beyond that. They've already made their mark here in the first half. We get triple zeros on the scoreboard. So your score at halftime: Brentwood Academy 49, Father Ryan 3. Take a quick break and be back here in just a bit. Halftime here in Brentwood, Tennessee, and it was not a first half to remember for the Irish. Father Ryan trailing at the half 49-3. Billy Derrick joined me here for the second half call, and Billy, this is not what the Irish had in mind coming into tonight, to be sure.
No, certainly not, Lou. And when you come into this type of game, you really want to just get your players energized for this, and it's hard. It's obviously hard to play a team like BA, but I feel like Father Ryan has cost themselves so many times in this game. Obviously, we saw them have two punts blocked, which led to 2 BA scores, and obviously, we were talking about this at halftime, 4 turnovers for the Irish on offense, and it's just been kind of a lackluster performance overall for the Irish, and maybe something to accomplish here in this second half is to just trim up things on defense, and hopefully they can get some kind of momentum. BA obviously going to lighten up on the scoreboard, as we might think. So yeah, it's going to be. I think it's going to be an interesting second half because Coach Rector, he's going to get his guys fired up. He's not going to totally let down in this game, and I think it's going to be an interesting second half.
Well, certainly I think the challenge for Father Ryan in this second half is going to be getting the running game going. Just something that have not seen it all this year, the way BA's defense in the first half just bottled things up for the most part. Elton Quimby had that long run that set up the field goal. But other than that, I mean,
that was pretty much it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm used to seeing Jackson Bird go 7-8 yards pushing the line forward against some good teams. And, for whatever reason tonight, it just hasn't happened. And when there have been holes, they've closed quickly, and they've been able to get 3 or 4 yards. They're stopped at 3 or 4 yards. And in the passing game, just been not able to be on the same page a lot of the time, unfortunately. Shoop's been out there running for his life. He's very good on the scramble. He's one of the best at running to his left and throwing with his right arm. Not conventional, but he can do it. But the problem is with this BA defense that has just been able to have the Irish's number in the first half. And you think the fumble that was recovered, that was fumble recovered by BA, the blocked punt that could have been a safety but picked up right at the back of the end zone by BA for a touchdown instead. So you put all those factors together, and that's how you end up with a 46-point halftime deficit. When they kick off to start the second half here, and about 30 seconds to go on the scoreboard, a little bit of an extended halftime since this is homecoming for Brentwood Academy. Irish will receive the ball, but we'll go to a running clock situation. And that will only change if the Irish manage to pull in 34 or fewer points. They're down right now 49-3.
And certainly, I think one thing the Irish need to accomplish on offense is just the fact that, they haven't been able to get anything going on the ground game. But like you mentioned, they need to get Jay Shoop, rolling out, run pass option. And, hopefully they can get a little bit going here in the second half.
That certainly is the goal. And we'll see things go for this kickoff to start the second half. Besides the onside kick early for BA, they recovered, and that really helped them to set the tone. Almost like what the opposite of last week for Father Ryan, where they had an onside kick in the second quarter, a surprise one against Spring Hill that helped give them the momentum. But just been such a one-sided game here in the first half. Hoping the Irish can make something happen, but the challenge is you can't even get like the long kickoff return because of the strong leg of that kicker for Brentwood Academy. He's been able to reach the end zone just about every time. Toby Wilson, number 39, who was just a sophomore, by the way. You wouldn't think it for a kid with that kind of leg and accuracy too. He's also the place kicker. Hasn't had an attempt in a field goal in this game, but I've seen him on video. He can do that as well. And certainly he's drilled the 7 extra points, if you can believe that, in the first half. So with a score 49-3, we'll see now how Father Ryan starts things off. We finally have the kickoff imminent here. And the second half is underway. A line drive kick will fall short of the end zone. No, actually, it will go in. Looked for a moment like David Ward might field it, but instead allows it to bounce through and be 1st and 10 Irish from their own 20.
Irish starting out with the ball here in the second half. See if they can get any sort of offense going. As I mentioned, maybe Jay Shoop getting a little run pass option in the offensive game plan here. And
so here come the Irish on 1st and 10 at their own 20. And the running clock is underway, 11:40 and counting here, third quarter. From the gun. Okay, handoff Elton Quimby, and he's going to be met in the backfield. So a 2-yard loss. Josh Smith, the senior, on the stop. That's going to set up second and 11.
Lots of penetration there from the front seven of BA, and we've seen that. We saw that almost every running play for the Irish in the first half. Just have not been able to control any of the line of scrimmage on offense, and that's been a big difference in the game right now. You know, if you can't control the line of scrimmage, you're not going to have a lot of success.
There just hasn't been a whole lot of room, and then even on plays where Father Ryan tried to take advantage of over-aggressiveness from BA, the screen pass, the Eagles were able to sniff it out. So on second, what they're going to call second and 12. Receivers to the far side, and that's where Quimby is going to carry the ball for perhaps a 2-yard gain. So they're going to spot it about the 22-yard line, setting up a 3rd and 8.
I think something the Father Ryan offensive staff has been able to notice here is the fact that they have not been able to get any runs, you know, through the middle. So, you know, a nice little running game to the outside there by Quimby.
BA has done its best to try and stifle Father Ryan's efforts to get outside the tackles, but Shelley going to continue the attempt here on 3rd and 8 with 2 receivers to the near side. Shoop in the pocket. They only bring 3. He's going to air it out deep for Aaron Isabel and overthrows him by about 3 yards. Hey, Isabel had a step, but not quite enough to get it.
That was going to be a nice completion there. Just a little bit too much on the throw by Jay Shoop. And here it's going to be 4th down here for the Irish. Another punt for Hagee.
So Anthony Hagee, who has had a very busy game first half between the kicking, the punting, and the kickoffs, will be asked to punt the ball here. Back to receive for Brentwood Academy, Evan Bedeau. A bit of a high snap, he gets it, nearly has it blocked. An end-over-end kick will bounce at the Father Ryan 41, take an Irish bounce, let it go, and he does. White Rector lets it go wisely. They're going to stare it down before Jay Linton will grab the ball and be blown dead at the 48-yard line of the Irish. So Brentwood Academy starting once again on offense in Father Ryan territory.
Yeah, I think that punt might have been a little bit partially blocked there, causing it to stop short of the 50-yard line there. And see what the Irish defense can do here. Obviously, Brian Rector, I think for the most part of the season, has done a solid job with the defense. And I think it's actually, believe it or not, been a little bit of a bright spot for the team tonight.
You think about it, because you have a punt block for a touchdown, a pick 6, a fumble taken back for a touchdown. That's not the defense's fault. But I think the big surprise in the first half, BA coming out throwing the ball like they did, and with success, they're going to hand it off on this play. Run to the near side. Crumnauer on the stop. Marcos Harris, the backup running back. He'd been in the doghouse a little bit before for BA, had a couple of fumbles. None tonight, though. It's the way things have gone for the Eagles. So good job defensively for Father Ryan. Only a 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8, 8:22 and counting to go, third quarter.
And Lou, you might notice number 10, Gavin Schoenwald, is in at quarterback for the Eagles.
Indeed, as he finished the first half for BA at QB position. Again to Harris. He's going to be met by a trio of Irish defenders driving him backward. So with Schoenwald in at the quarterback position, he plays tight end. He's very effective. He's only a junior. And the likely heir apparent for Jeremiah Oatsvall, the senior quarterback, who we might not see again tonight, with a score 49-3, BA 7:49 and counting here in the third quarter. So 3rd and 9, a long 9 for BA. They're going to go with a 4-receiver look. Schoenwald looks to his left, throws complete to the 40. Tackled about the 35-yard line. Griffin Hodge on the reception, and that's going to move the chains. First down, Brentwood Academy.
Nice little out route there. Nice pass from Schoenwald to Griffin Hodge. Lots of depth at the receiver position for BA.
It really is remarkable how many receivers I've got on my little cheat sheet here as far as notes, things I saw in the games that I watched. Schoenfeld's going to keep it himself on 1st and 10. He's got that huge frame, able to bowl over defenders. They finally bring him down around the 27-yard line. Gavin Schoenwald, not an official listing. Brentwood Academy, as far as their roster, they don't give you the height and weight. From another source, not vetted, but they claim 6'5", 220. I believe it, though. You see him out there.
Wow.
I mean, he's got the size, and again, just a junior. Almost like seeing Tylen Oden last year, quarterback in Spring Hill, now up at Rutgers. So on 2nd and 3, Griffin Hodge tackled by Seamus O'Connell on the pass from Schoenwald. Going to spot it at the 26-yard line, so I think a 3rd and short situation, 3rd and maybe a long one.
Nice concentration there from Seamus O'Connell to be able to make the tackle, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down, big 3rd down here for the Irish.
So with 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Out of the gun, it's going to be a direct handoff to Harris. Harris being chased, brought down. Looks like the 24-yard line. That might be enough to move the chains. Marcos Harris on the run. Making the tackle for Father Ryan. Mitchell Bray, but not before BA gets enough for another 1st down. 5 minutes, 48 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Brentwood Academy leading Father Ryan 49-3. Eagles with the ball 1st and 10. The 24-yard line. Be another handoff to Harris to the far side. He'll get maybe 4 yards. It's tough to tell from this far away. But I expect a solid dose of running plays here from BAs. They content with this running clock to let the time continue to tick down as we approach 5:15 and counting in the 3rd quarter. The Eagles up 49-3. So here on 2nd down and 6, out of the gun, another handoff to Harris, and he'll be brought down. There's Patrick Beacom in there on the stop. Also Niles Gaddy in there. Maybe a 2-yard gain. Going to spot it at the Father Ryan 18-yard line, setting up a 3rd and, the scoreboard says 3rd and 3. 4:48 and counting 3rd quarter. Father Ryan trailing 49-3.
It's interesting, Lou, to see how fast the second half has been moving.
Yeah, clock moves fast when it doesn't stop like that. A good job tackling right there. Jalen Herod, the freshman, getting in there, stopping Harris on the carry. You know, Jalen's mom, your mom, and I were all in the same graduating class as Father Ryan, class of 95.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah, his mom, Teresa. I'm sure she's here tonight. I saw her last week at Spring Hill.
Yep.
So here we go on 4th and 6, a field goal opportunity. Brentwood Academy with a chance to make it a 53-3 game. For this 36-yard field goal, the kick is up, splits the uprights, and good. So with 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, your score, Brentwood Academy 52, Father Ryan 3. We'll be right back. Back at Brentwood Academy, where it has been all Eagles in this game. BA leading Father Ryan 52-3. Lou Pickney and Billy Derrick with you here on the call here in this second half with a running clock. It's run throughout the break there as they set up now for the kickoff, approaching the 3-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. So now Father Ryan preparing for its 2nd offensive possession of this second half.
It's interesting to see how slow that first half had been moving, and now we're already less than 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, it has a way of ticking off a little faster when you include the breaks, and that kickoff once again going into the end zone. Toby Wilson with that strong leg, and that will set up once again Father Ryan with the offensive drive beginning at its own 20-yard line.
And that's obviously one of the edges I would give to BA here. I was talking about it as I was watching you and Austin do the broadcast, and it's just, the special teams aspect. Toby Wilson, he's knocked down every field goal. He's done great on the kickoff, so I would certainly give the special teams edge to BA in this one, obviously. And
along with that surprise onside kick they had as well, about as well as you could execute it. They had 3 or 4 guys there ready to pounce on it. Just the way it's gone tonight for Father Ryan. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Here's Jay Shoup from the quarterback position. Looks, throws. A little bit of miscommunication with Wyatt Rector on the near side. Pass sails out of bounds, setting up a 2nd and 10.
looked like Wyatt Rector was looking for the stop route, but he tried to turn back in. Jay did not see him there, and he threw it a little bit outside, out of reach of Wyatt Rector.
A difficult task on the other side of him is Kenyon Garlington, who, again, he had that interception earlier, quite possibly their most dangerous defender, at least in the secondary. So on 2nd and 10, Shoup claps for the ball, gets it. It's a handoff to Elton Quimby. They'll get maybe a yard, if that. So again, just no room at all for this Father Ryan rushing game. Trying to find something there. And it was actually Montrell McKnight. I saw the 2 and didn't see the second number. So McKnight getting in there at running back for the Irish, at least on that play. So 3rd and 9, less than a minute to go, third quarter. Brentwood Academy leading Father Ryan 52-3. So the Irish now 3rd and 9 from the 21-yard line. 3 receivers to the near side. Out of the gun. Fakes handoff. Shoup trying to roll, pressured. Dodges one defender. Tries to dodge a second. And brought down for the quarterback sack. Gunnar Callis, senior, bringing him down. Shoup trying everything he could to extend that play. But Brentwood Academy's defense relentless tonight. And so now looking at a 4th and 20 situation. The Irish could let the play clock run down all the way to the end of the third quarter if they choose. Don't know they necessarily have a preference. Not that it matters all that much at this point, considering it's a 49-point margin that Brentwood Academy leads by. And it appears that's what they're going to do with 5 seconds and counting. And we will reach the end of the third quarter. So your score after 3, Brentwood Academy 52, Father Ryan 3. We'll be right back. We start the fourth quarter here on the campus of Brentwood Academy. Lou Pickney and Billy Derrick with you on the call here. The game that has not gone the Irish's way, seeming from the opening kickoff. Father Ryan trailing Brentwood Academy 52-3, and now facing a 4th and 20 punting situation from their own 10.
Another example of the field position battle here.
With the game well in hand, it's obvious who the victor is going to be here. And Father Ryan still giving optimal effort. It's a good punt by Hagee, bounces at the 41, will go out of bounds, about the 46-yard line. So once again, BA starts in Father Ryan territory. And it's a huge difference. You're starting in your opponent's territory if you're BA versus Father Ryan with so many 1st and 10 from the 20 after those touchbacks.
Yeah, and Louis, I like what you said about the effort aspect of the coaching staff here at Father Ryan. And that's one thing you're always going to get out of this team, I think. The fact that they will have energy and effort in every game, but you obviously need a lot more than effort to beat this tremendous BA team.
Saw that in McCauley, a game that McCauley was able to win 30-7, but Father Ryan played hard to the final buzzer. So on 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line, it's Connor Woodley in for Brentwood Academy at the quarterback position.
Got the 3rd string in right now.
Yeah. So Austin Crow, they're saying, on the carry, setting up, say, no gain or maybe a half-yard loss there, 2nd and 10. 10:32 to go in the game with a running clock situation, and Brentwood Academy leading 52-3. So from the gun is another handoff. 2, maybe 3 yards on the carry. Irish certainly anticipating a run. Like Palmer Hughes on the carry for BA.
Obviously, BA putting in a lot of their 2nd and 3rd stringers, trying to get them some quality experience here late in the game.
And it's the kind of thing that pays off long term. Father Ryan brings pressure on 3rd and long. It's a screen pass complete. We'll give the BA a first down. Looks like shoved out of bounds. The obstructed view, of course, but over near the 25-yard line. So with the clock running, BA will have yet another first down. 9 minutes, 35 seconds and counting. Eagles leading by 49. So 1st and 10. It's another handoff over to the near side. Looked for a second as if Anthony Wright would make the tackle. Finally, Palmer Hughes able to break away. A couple other Irish defenders finished him off.
Anthony Wright, you see there, doing a good job getting to the edge. He's one of the impressive freshmen for Coach Rector here. Obviously, coaching staff very high on him, and a lot of the other young talent the Irish have.
This is the Father Ryan team. It's got good senior leadership, and you can tell. We were talking about with the intensity and the fact that they're not letting up. And they won. That's a reflection of Coach Rector and his staff.
Certainly.
They're going to give you the full 48 minutes and more if necessary. So with 8 minutes and 45 seconds and counting on 2nd and 13, it's going to be I don't know if that was a busted play, a design keeper, or what. It's Connor Woodley forced out of bounds. Well, you find him gaining maybe 3 yards on the play. Once again, Harrod on the stop for Father Ryan. Another freshman in there making things happen. We approach 8 minutes and 15 seconds and counting. And BA leading Father Ryan 52-3.
Father Ryan had about 3 guys with a chance to tackle Woodley there.
Another handoff to Woodley. Has a hole. Probably brought down around the 24-yard line. So Austin Crow from linebacker position making the tackle. 4th and 6 for Brentwood Academy. 7:45 to go in the game, and the Eagles up 52-3.
Interesting call here, obviously electing, as it seems, to go for it here on 4th down.
Well, it would be tacky to go for a field goal. And doubt you would just punt from the opponent's 24. So they're going to run it. It's going to be a pitch play to the near side that will forced out of bounds. And it will be a turnover on downs. Waiting to see for sure with Palmer Hughes on the carry. Good job by the Father Ryan defense forcing the stop. And now as we approach 7 minutes to go in the game, it will be Father Ryan's ball, 1st and 10 from its own 21-yard line.
And right now, Lou, you just want to see a little bit of progression here from the offense. Looks like Cade Pfeiffer is in.
So Cade Pfeiffer, the junior, he's a fearless guy. I've seen him some last year when he was in spot duty. He's going to hand it off. Nice run to the outside. Strong carry there by David Russell. Sophomore. He's got some size to him. He's the kind of running back that's not afraid to bowl you over.
Yeah, he's definitely an impressive guy. Coach Rector is very high on him, and he's just trying to get some experience here, learn a lot from this offense.
So 6:20 and counting. 1st and 10, Father Ryan from about the 21-yard line. So I try and look around the light post to tell you maybe a 2-yard gain on the play. So they're going to spot the ball, it appears, at the Father Ryan between the 32 and the 33-yard line. So maybe a yard and a half, 2 yards on the carry, setting up a 2nd and 8 situation. Less than 6 minutes to go in the game. Brentwood Academy leads 52-3. So here's Pfeiffer rolling to the right. Throws to Isabel, incomplete. A little low on that pass, and that sets up a 3rd and long.
Pass fell just a little bit short. Isabel did all he could to try to make that catch there. Nice little pass there from Cade Pfeiffer rolling to his right. Just didn't have enough juice on it.
Again, the running clock here in the second half of the difference between the teams greater than 34 points. It's 52-3 Brentwood Academy. Father Ryan trying to put something else on the board besides the lone field goal they had in the first half. So on 3rd and 9, that'll be Pfeiffer faking the handoff, keeping himself going to the far side, over toward the sideline. He needed to get to the 41. It came very close, and it may depend on the spot. It looks like it may be a yard short, maybe a yard and a half based on what the officials are indicating, and indeed it will be 4th down for the Irish.
It's a nice little read option play. Faked as if he was going to hand it off to David Russell and got a nice gain to the left side.
So on 4th and a long one, 4:42 and counting here, the Irish inclined to go for it. So Pfeiffer in the shotgun, unless it's a trick to get BA to jump off sides. It's not. They're going to hand it off to Russell. Good job powering his way. David Russell gets the first down for the Irish.
There you see Russell just powering through that BA front line. Very impressive guy.
So that gives the Irish a first down. 4 minutes, 15 seconds and counting. BA leads 52-3. So here's Cade Pfeiffer once again from the shotgun. So the H-back in motion. And it will be a handoff Antonio Wright. Freshman carrying the ball there for about 3 yards.
There's another very dynamic freshman, the brother of Anthony Wright there getting a carry.
Yeah, I've got Antonio Wright, number 10, Anthony Wright, number 15. And they're two guys to definitely watch for long term. Of course, we mentioned Jalen Harrod, number 45 as well. And so here on 2nd and 8, it'll be Antonio Wright to the 50. Good field vision, finally brought down at the 47-yard line, maybe the 46, and there'll be enough for a Father Ryan first down.
Nice job showing some speed to the edge there for Antonio Wright as he jogs off onto the sideline.
And for what it's worth, BA's got some subs in. They've got some of the regulars in there. Thomas Osborne, the receiver mentioned before with a broken nose earlier this season. He's in there at corner, approaching the 3-minute mark of the game. Father Ryan trailing BA 52-3. So on 1st and 10, here is the handoff to Montrell McKnight. And he'll get maybe 3 yards on the carry, spotted, looks like about the 47-yard line of the Eagles.
You see here Father Ryan trying to utilize a lot of their inexperienced backs, and I think they look impressive. They just have not had a lot of experience, as I mentioned. You see Montrell McKnight, the Wright brothers, getting some action here late in the game. Interesting to see a lot of these guys on the field.
And hope for the future. And remember, Jackson Bird's only a junior, so here on 2nd and 6, Cade Pfeiffer will be spun around to the turf. Maybe a 1 or 2 yard loss on the play, trying to make something happen on the near side. Tackle made by Grant Stacy. So it sets up a 3rd and 8 as we approach 2 minutes to go in the game with the running clock. Brentwood Academy leading Father Ryan by the score of 52-3.
Pfeiffer obviously not the biggest guy. Obviously we know he's the younger brother of last year's quarterback, Zach Pfeiffer.
So on 3rd and 8, here's Cade Pfeiffer throwing complete. Is that Aaron Isabel on the far side? I believe it is. That's enough for a first down. And he'll finally be pushed out of bounds about the 35-yard line, maybe a yard back depending on the spot. No, it will be the 35, giving Father Ryan a first down as we approach 1 minute and 30 seconds to go in the game.
There you see Aaron Isabel. I think he's done a really good job of yards after the catch this year for the Irish. He's been very impressive in that department. He got an extra 2 yards there for the first down and didn't just stop and didn't lose any yards, gained an extra 2 there.
I have to agree. Against McCauley, he had a really good run one particular series. So on 1st and 10, Pfeiffer feels the pressure, spins around, and he will be thrown to the turf for a quarterback sack. It's Grant Stacy once again on a stop as we approach the 1 minute mark of the game.
There you see Pfeiffer's offensive line not necessarily helping him out any there.
Pfeiffer can be elusive, trying to attempt to make something happen here. 45 seconds to go and counting on a 2nd and 16. It'll be a handoff. Got Russell coming here to the near side of the 30, powering 4 as 2 defenders, 3. It takes 4 to bring him down finally at the 26-yard line. David Russell, the sophomore, with a great run right there. That could end up being the final play of the game. We're approaching 20 seconds to go. And that'll depend on the prerogative of Father Ryan. They're just going to line it up for one more on a 3rd and short, 3rd and 2, 10 seconds to go. 2 receivers to the far side. Here's Cade Pfeiffer. He's going to roll to his left. He's going to throw it a little deeper, intended for Wyatt Rector, falls incomplete, and that will end the game. So a tough one here, Billy. a 52-3 loss. Father Ryan, you think, has got to put this one behind them as quick as they can and get ready for Innsworth 1 week from tonight.
Yeah, certainly, Lou. Obviously not the showing anyone from the Father Ryan faithful would want to see here tonight, but what you have to do is get back on the practice field because you have an opportunity to come back and compete with a team like Innsworth to help your playoff chances later in the season.
And Father Ryan for sure is going to be in the playoffs. Everybody Division II AA gets in there. We'll know more probably 2 weeks from now down at Baylor to end the season on that. So ready to close this one out. Your final score here from Brentwood. Brentwood Academy 52, Father Ryan 3. We'll talk to you 1 week from tonight at home, the home season finale against Innsworth.